Hi here, Vince here. I'm back for another video and I'm doing another I'm a Celeb Get Me Out of Here review 2020 review of the last few days since I've last done a review of the show. So since I've last did a review, there have now been 4 campmates that have left the castle. So on Thursday night I predicted that either Russell or Ruthie would leave first. I think I predicted Russell to leave first, but in the end it was Holly that left first. So I didn't get that right, although I knew she was in the danger zone of being eliminated anyway. Yeah, I guess Holly, I can see why she was voted off first. I feel I can see why she got the least amount of votes out of 12, because I feel like she didn't really contribute enough to the show, if you know what I mean. Like, she was sometimes a bit forgettable in camp, which was a shame. I did feel quite bad for her and a bit sorry for her, because she did look upset when she was eliminated, because I think that's the athlete inside her, you know. No, she really wanted to go a lot further, and I don't think she was ready to go yet. You know, I did feel sad for her, and it's a shame because she was the first Paralympian to do the show, and she will remain as the very first Paralympian to do the show. It's nice to see that. Good to see that a show like I'm a Celebrity finally is allowing Paralympians and people with disabilities to do the show. I think that's a good way, and hopefully in the future we can have more Paralympians, more celebrities who've got disabilities and hidden disabilities, and can do the show, which is great. I I was a bit sad to see Holly go back and see why. She just didn't contribute enough to the show. I feel she was a bit forgettable. We didn't see a lot of her, and she was a bit boring at some of the part of the series. We didn't see a lot of her compared to other campmates, so I can understand why she was the first to be voted out. Yeah, and the second campmate to be voted off was Ruthie. Ruthie was the second to leave. I think she was happy to go. I think, you know, she wasn't the first, she was the second. I think she felt it was okay to leave. She was fine, unlike Holly, she was a bit upset. I think she was excited to get out, but yeah, I think Ruthie also achieved what she wanted from the show, and I think, you know, I don't think Ruthie really wanted to win, and she was happy to get out that castle quite early on. You know, she got what she achieved out of it. She went on a bit of a journey, on the show, which is nice to see. Cause we got some stories about her with Prince Edward, you know, that was quite interesting, and she got quite emotional as well. There was a vulnerable side to her, which in a way was nice to see. Well, it's not nice to see anybody cry, but at least it was showing off some emotions. Yeah, I guess her time came as well. And the recent campmates to go, it was a double elimination I just watched tonight. The next campmates to leave were Beverly and Victoria. I'm really sad to see actually them both go. I thought it would be Russell and Victoria. I think I knew Victoria, her days might have been limited. But Beverly, I'm really sad to see Beverly go. I thought she was a really interesting character. I would like, compared to some of the other campmates that's still in there, I would like to see her stay and tell more stories compared to, well, some of the names that are still in the camp. Victoria, I knew, you know, maybe her time was coming to an end. I knew she might not be as popular as some of the other celebs when it comes to public vote, but at least she wasn't voted out first. I'm glad she did the trial last night on her own. And Victoria, I was worried she would be like another Gillian McKeith when entering. But actually, she was quite a strong individual. She got on with the trials. She was scared, but she wasn't as like fainting. She got on with it, which was good. And, I didn't know how I would feel with Victoria when she first entered. I thought I wouldn't really like her, but actually, there's a side of Victoria that you don't really get to see when she's presenting news or when she did a Victoria Derbyshire show. Is that actually, she's a real human. She's a real human being, and actually, she seems actually like a nice woman. Actually, you know, yeah, yeah. It'd be interesting what she does after now, because her show did get the axe, sadly. So she can't fall back on that. It'd be really interesting whether she'll stick with the BBC or move to ITV in the new year. Maybe she'll get her show on ITV, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Then just being now a BBC newsreader, I would like to see her do more, actually. Who knows? And Beverly left. I'm sad to see Beverly go. I think I wanted to see much further on. I'm sad she's out now. She was such an interesting character. I would like to see her. I would have even mind to see her in the finals, actually. I'm really sad to see her go. I think she was alright leaving. I think she was fine with leaving. But yeah, I thought she was one of the interesting characters to have. She told really interesting stories. I guess she wasn't. I don't think if she would have stayed, I don't think she would have done that many trials again. Because I think she was happy with the amount she already got. And I guess she was. I guess she didn't have that much airtime in the camp, and I guess, she was getting a little bit lost in the camp, I guess, so that's maybe why the votes weren't coming in. I'm really sad to see her go. I thought she was a really interesting character. But yeah, it's not really a good series for the girls, not a good year for the girls. The first 4 campmates eliminated are all girls. What are we left with? Jessica and Giovanni. Not Giovanna. Are the only 2 girls left in, and all the boys are still left in, which is very interesting. I mean, I kind of knew that the boys this year were much stronger characters than the girls. I knew there could be a strong chance of us having a king this year. You know, I think now Beverly's gone. I think the only queen we're gonna get is probably that has a chance of being queen is Giovanna, because she's a nice lady. I like Giovanna when she was really emotional when she wasn't going to get a treat from her family. It really felt for her, and I was just surprised they didn't give her a treat. After her bursting into tears, like somebody would give up their treat for her. They did share stuff, but anyway, I don't think Jessica's got enough to win. I think she might do another couple of days, but I don't think she's strong enough. I think they're more stronger individuals and stronger personalities, that I think will go further on. Yeah, I'm surprised Russell wasn't voted off. I'm surprised he didn't get voted off first, because actually, I kind of forget he's in there. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of forget he's taking part in the series. I guess he did a trial tonight, which might have given him some votes. He was quite funny in that, with Anton Deck as well, laughing at him. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes tomorrow night. Really, I think that's my next prediction. Russell will be probably out next. Jessica, I think, might be out quite soon. Mo maybe might be out soon. I don't, compared to some of the other personalities, I actually find him a bit forgettable now. He does tell great stories. He's a fun guy. He's a nice guy. He's great in his solo trial. I wonder if he does a trial tomorrow. That will save him. For the public to be eliminated next. I feel like he could do a bit more in Camp Mo, and so I'm worried for him. I mean, yeah, I mean, I was AJ. I don't think is going to win. Um, I don't think he will be the king of the castle. You know, out of all the celebrities this year, AJ is the one that I just haven't warmed to, unfortunately. I was hoping when he was first announced and first in the castle, I was going to really warm to him because, you know, I've seen him on Strictly, I've done Strictly reviews, so I was hoping to warm to AJ, but I don't know. There's something about AJ, and I talked it to I had this conversation with a group of people, a group of other people this morning, some of my friends this morning, and they say the same thing. They all said, "Oh, this year's really nice camp. I like all of them except AJ because we don't like him." Yeah, and I kind of felt the same thing. There's just, I don't know if it's just him being a bit too OCD, you know. Even when he was in the Telegraph, you know, saying when they had what, when they only got 4 meals, you know, oh, that was a really great meal for one person. You know, like the way he said that, it's just, I don't know, there's just something. I don't think his relationship with Shane was put together very nicely. I just think, you know, I don't know, it's just his, maybe he's a bit too OCD for people as well. There's just something about him that, I know he is a nice guy, AJ, but it's just something, I just don't warm to him. It's just, compared to Jordan, which most people have warmed to, Jordan's a lovely guy, but AJ doesn't come across that. I don't know what it is. It's just something about him, you know. Oh, yeah. It's just, you know. There's just something about AJ I just haven't warmed to, and I do think it's probably is something to do with the OCD that he has. I mean, I'm the complete opposite of him, really, because I'm anti-OCD. I'm such a messy person. So maybe that's why I haven't warmed to him, really. So yeah. Who else? I still think Shane Vernon could win. I think Jordan could still win now. Giovanna might be a dark horse now. I think she'll be the best female out of the series. I think, yeah, maybe Queen. She's the only chance of being the only one being a queen this year. But yeah, in any case, I think that's all I have to say about I'm a Celebrity. I think Russell will be definitely out next. I just can't see him going any further now. I think Jessica, then AJ, then Mo, and what we left, Jordan, Shane, Vernon, Giovanna. Oh, who will miss out in the final? Ooh. Oh, that's a tricky one. Maybe Vernon, maybe? And then the final will be between Jordan, Shane, and Giovanna. And then I still think Shane could win this. I still think he could still win this. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be a very close, open final, if that is the case. But anyway, who do you think is going to win and who do you think is going to be out next? Comment down below in the comment section below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back for more content very soon. So then goodbye, people. Goodbye.